Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Right, so in this episode we have got a little job. It's a modification to do, so who knows how this is going to turn out. So there's going to be some footage put up straight after this intro showing as an early part of the project me talking about the clocks not being secure. So now, since that footage has time's passed, and I've figured out that actually the fairing that is fitted to my bike is for an F4i, I being injection model. My bike is actually the F4 carburetor model, and there was a difference in the fairings. More notably, the I would call the nose cone, and the clocks were different. So these clocks are off the original F4 bike, my clock's off this bike. This fairing is somebody's upgraded it badly, so the clocks don't fit correctly in this mount. So I'm going to have to manufacture a new mount. This is alloy, so I can't really cut it and weld it. I don't have the alloy welding capabilities. So I'll make something out of steel to mount these clocks in this nose cone, and I've also got to carry the mirrors. So this could be a different video to what you've been used to, but let's see how we get on. Okay, I'll put that whole footage up now so you can see what I'm talking about. The clocks are fastened on with what I can only presume is chewing gum or something, and they are battered, and you know they've got a hole in there. I think that it looks to me like it's been rubbing on the ignition barrel there, on the back of the ignition barrel. It's damaged it all. You know, this is just, that's clearly not right. Just stripping this down for the clocks, and just wanted to show you this sort of stuff. This is what you're up against. These two screws here, both totally different to one another. Believe it or not, we're in here. You can see the overspray where he's tried to hide them. It's just what he's had knocking around in the garage or whatever. And he's holding the clocks on. The clocks have had a serious, they've had an impact, or somebody's pulled it off, broken all the brackets off. So he's made this homemade piece of angled plastic here to screw it to. It's absolutely awful. And I don't know whether you can see, so there is one end of the screw, there's the other screw. If you can see in there and there, look at the length of those screws. He's just totally bodged that together. What a total mess. So I've already started this, unfortunately. An idea just got away with me. So I've manufactured just this piece of plate, steel, just bright mild steel, and it's, as you can see, the startings of a new bracket. And then I've got to make, the first point is I've got to make these here. These are the ones which for the nose cone to hang from. It supports the front of the fairing. So that's what these parts are for. These are going to manufacture and make up these tubes. You can see that angle there on this is going to be that, basically. So those will get welded. That will get welded on there. them on there. These are for the clocks, to mount the clocks on here with some rubbers in. They just go on there. Right, time for a little verbal updates really. We've seen all that footage of the various engineering. So that's the original F4i bracket. This is the one I've manufactured. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it fits and it functions. So that's great news. This is another set of clocks. I had to get a new one because the casings was all bust up, and I've had to make an adapter plate on the back of here. So now that when it's on the bike, you'll see it in a bit, I'll show it, but it sits in rubber mounts on there, drops in on there, and then the mirrors mount on these two here, which is very sturdy. Because it's steel, it's slightly heavier than that, but not massively heavy. I'm not 100% finished with it. So the bracket is painted now and mounted on the bike. Don't look too bad. I didn't go too mad with the looks of it because it's going to be hidden. So that's what you're seeing. That's the bracket. The clocks, just grab those 1 minute. There's the clocks, and they shall just sit like I showed in there. They mount on these rubbers here. So the rubbers here, and then there's on the back of it, there's a rubber there and a screw that goes through into this hole here. So yeah, it's nice and easy to fit now. We just slot that in there. But I think the first thing is I'm going to connect the clock after I chucked them on the floor. Whoops. Right, connect the clock. With the cable's under there, it just pushes in. That's connected. And then get them aligned up, them two rubbers there. Like so. Push that in, and then there's one screw to go in here. It's like a shoulder screw. So basically these clocks are actually rubber mounted now on this bracket that I've manufactured. That just nips up like that. And then there is a nice little cap It's just a rubber cap which fits over that hole and snaps in there to hide that mounting screw. So these have got rubber washers on. That's where the mirrors will mount, and it also locates the nose cone part of the fairing. And these are hangers, rubber hangers for the nose cone, which is here. So in effect, those two holes there are for these two pegs, and then this is where the mirrors mount. Those little pegs here will locate in these holes here, and it'll just make all this nice and solid, rigid, and then the screen can be fastened on. Locate the air ducts. Make sure they're in, which they are. That one. Yeah. Push that up. They've locked in. Is actually held just on those. And there's a little issue of all this cabling. That just plugs in into the loom. That's that plugged in. Then the difficult job now is making this tidy and secure, not getting trapped. Pulling that rubber, you won't be able to see that, I'm pretty certain, but there's all that cluster there you've got to tidy up. So I won't bore you with that. Right, that's the fairing fitted, tank fitted, all the plastics are back on, seats on. Got a number plate to put on yet, probably get a new one. So the outstanding jobs with this now is the rear wheel. As you can see, it's pretty chipped up and damaged, and it's the wrong colour now because I did the front one, if you remember on that earlier video, did the front one in nice gunmetal grey, tidied that up. So I'm going to do the same with the back and replace the wheel bearings. And the only other job for now, without spending too much money, is this mirror. It's non-stock mirror anyway, but I might just spray that up. It's got a bit caught on a wall or something. The other one's okay. But I don't think the bike looks too bad now. It's much of an improvement on when I got it. Right guys, I think that's the end of this series for now. We've come to the end of the biking season. It's wet, it's cold. Where I am in England now, in the UK, we're spreading salt all over the roads. So I don't see the point of going out on this thing yet. We'll have to wait while the spring. We're in December at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. And it might have helped one or two of you, give you the confidence to try something. As I said in a previous video, I'm not a professional bike mechanic, but most of this is self-taught. And if nothing else, I've entertained you, or you can pick bones with what I've done. But otherwise, thank you very much if you've subscribed to the channel. Really appreciate that. And yeah, so there'll be some other content coming to the channel. Not necessarily bikes, bit of anything. Probably some fishing. I do a bit of pike fishing in the winter time, so there's some of that coming up. And then maybe some other one or two bits. But otherwise, I shall see you guys in the springtime. Thanks for watching.